Goodness. Hello, hello, hello. welcome, 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 and thank you. For those back on the East Coast in New Brunswick, you have less than 30 minutes remaining in your January 2018. Wow, that month really went by, and I'm actually quite glad that it's going. How are you? I know it's late on this 31st day of January. It's a Wednesday night. And I did miss the blood moon lunar eclipse thing that was happening, and I guess I won't see that until 2037. But that being said, I really love the pictures that Marcus Harvey put up. He must have like some prime real estate along the highway in Majorville. I think that's where he is. But man, spectacular photos of the moon. I don't know if that was taken as the moon was rising or as the moon was setting. I'm not quite sure. But tremendous photo. Yeah, 7:31. I'm just going to hang out here. I'm not, like I've said many, many times, the number of people watching live, sometimes, and for the most part, I was going to say irrelevant, but that's not the case at all. That was clearly, I don't even know why I went down that direction. Clearly the audience is relevant, but it's the content of the show. It's just the content of the show. And I just wrote down a few things, and with the technology, you just have the opportunity to sit down in front of your phone or whatever device you're recording on and just say hi. And especially on today when it is Bell Let's Talk Day. And I hope that you were able to reach out to at least one individual, someone that you haven't talked to in a long time, and anyone who watched my brother Jeff do his show earlier tonight, 9 o'clock show on the Atlantic side of the country. He finally, after 15 years of searching for an individual by the name of Danny, they actually, I don't know if they were talking by phone today, but I know they definitely made contact today after 15 years, and I know exactly how he feels, and awesome. So just let me refresh my Facebook page. And I know here it is 28 minutes to midnight in the Woodstock area. It's early for me. So I always appreciate the live views. Disregard what I said earlier about the audience being irrelevant. That was just silly. I'm sick. I don't know if you can hear this, but I actually have a sinus cold. And Moon and I were on Vancouver Island for a couple days. We were at the rugby match. We were in at Science World, and I wouldn't be surprised if I picked something up in one of those locations. But it's just in my sinuses. I've been blowing my nose all day and taking medicine, Dayquil and whatnot. So, but I need to get some good sleep tonight because tomorrow I'll be heading into the city, and I'll tell you why here in a couple of minutes. So, leave comments whenever you like. I know most people are probably asleep, and maybe you got a notification that I was on, and you're like, dude, it's 11:30 at night. But this is the last day of January, and I'm ready, and as we are all ready to, I hope everyone is looking forward to the first day of February. I know I certainly am. So, just getting back to what I had briefly just mentioned about Bell Let's Talk Day. I hope that you did have the opportunity to reach out to someone. I was talking with former co-worker this afternoon. He called needing some information, so we had a chance to talk, and I was talking with Simon McGinnis in Conception Bay South, Newfoundland today. So I hope you were able to just reach out to someone and just ask them how they're doing, man. What's going on in your world, man? You tell me what's happening in your world, and I'll let you know what's going on in mine, and just let them know that, hey, I love phone calls. I've even put my phone number up on my page. If anyone ever needs to chat, it's always good to have, a sounding board. People just need to vent or whatever. If we can work on something together, that's even better, right? So that's all I'll say about that. And good on Val for getting that campaign going and continuing it for these consecutive years. So cool. I hope you're able to reach out and make contact with someone. That'd be good. You'll both sleep better. And and here's the thing. you make a phone call to an individual who we haven't spoken to in X amount of days or years, whatever, decades in some cases. You know, this might be a good time to mend fences, as they say. But you call out and you reach out to an individual, and maybe that sets the ball in motion for them to get in touch with someone else. Or they share the conversation that stirs up all these memories. So it's a ripple effect. It's definitely a ripple effect. So I just hope you were able to hear someone else's voice today through the telephone. I think that would be really cool. My brother Jeff was on here earlier tonight at 9 o'clock Atlantic time. It was like 5 o'clock out here. I set my alarm on my phone for like 4:55 so I could see the beginning of the show, and he did a great job. It was fun. I was just talking with him here, and he said he had a lot of fun. And of course, when you are just conversing back and forth with individuals, and you have this contest going on, it's just so much fun to, just the build up. And it's all about just the interaction. It's just about the interaction with the audience and your friends. There's, they're an audience, but they're also your friends and family and all your connections and whatnot. So very cool. And congrats to Heather Kidney. She was the name drawn out of Jeff's hat that he probably got from Justin Timberlake, which would be okay because Justin Timberlake, he's all right. And Justin Timberlake, before I get sidetracked, is going to be performing live at the Super Bowl this weekend. Minnesota, Philadelphia Eagles, Patriots. I'm just going to say this right now. I have gained so much respect for Tom Brady over the years. I'm not a New England fan. I'm a Seattle Seahawks fan. But I will definitely be cheering for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl 52. I'll definitely be cheering for, because my father-in-law, Robert Vespasiani, and all his sons, they're all New England, they love the New England teams. And I know William Linder likes New England teams as well. So definitely be cheering for Tom Brady and the New England Patriots this weekend. I don't think there's a force out there right now that is going to stop Tom Brady from getting his 6th Super Bowl and just putting him in a league completely on his own. So that's and again, and part of the reason is, I want them to win this year just in memory of Mr. Robert Vespasiani, for sure. So getting back to Heather Kidney, congratulations. I don't know what you're going to choose, if you're going to go with the art on the canvas or the barn board, but whatever you choose, the end result will be great. It'll be great. Going into the city tomorrow, which is why I'm going to be in bed early tonight, try and beat this sinus cold. I feel a lot better than I did this morning. I took some Dayquil. I'll take a couple more and go to bed, but and it's just overcast and raining out right now, so it's a pretty, not miserable, but it's your typical end of January, early February weather here on the south coast of British Columbia. But going into the city tomorrow, regardless of the weather, Dave Keenan's roommate Gertie is off on his next adventure in life. I was talking with Keenan tonight. I think Gertie's off to Colombia. Yeah, he's off to Colombia. So I'm going to go into the city tomorrow and get together with Gertie and some friends, some of Keenan's friends, and hang out for a bit and wish him nothing but safe travels as he departs North America for Colombia. Just a couple more things. 7:39 here on the south coast of British Columbia. A couple of things that caught my eye in the news tonight. And anyone, you can see this online, YouTube it, or Global News, BC, but there is a fight right now in the government between the NDP, the provincial NDP in Alberta, and the provincial NDP, which is the governing body out here, over this Kinder Morgan pipeline. So that's just, you can see the news clips, like I said, but it's just so bizarre. The provincial government out here, from what I understand, the NDP government here, they want to protect the coastline. Duh. But everyone else, especially those in Alberta, they want what they have, their resource, They want it piped. They want this new pipeline to twin the existing one, and they're holding everything up. So Alberta, the provincial government in Alberta, by the sounds of it, they're pretty ticked off. They're pretty ticked off. So we'll see how they retaliate. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be some type of retaliation between the NDP government in Alberta and the NDP government here in British Columbia. But you can check that out if you want. I don't know if politics is your cup of tea. Heard this on the news tonight, some flipping through the channels. I was watching a basketball game. I was watching a bit of the Boston Celtics. I don't even know who they were playing. But one of the commentators said, talking with his other play-by-play guy, that he believes Golden State is heavily favored to win this year's NBA championship. So I don't know. I haven't been following the NBA in quite some time. I know of Golden State. I know they are a powerhouse. But I don't know if they're so elite at this point in the season where you can already say Golden State Warriors are going to win the NBA championship this year. So interesting to see how that plays out. But I know the NBA All-Star is a week after the Super Bowl, which is this weekend. So I think it's like the weekend of the 13th and 14th will be the NBA All-Star game. Carolyn, how are you? Just a couple more things. Jen is back now. Jen and Lori are now back in BC. Jen is chilling out in the house. And she brought back some really, really cool pictures. Some really cool pictures of her dad way back in the day and his family and his parents. Some really, I don't know if you call it memorabilia. A couple of jackets. So I have a couple of his jackets, and they're super nice. And I know that every time, the jacket I have from his days at Queen's University, just knowing that jacket contained a man that was just had so much knowledge for the game, loved football, and I'm so glad I had the opportunity to talk to him right here back in June, and I know I've watched that interview, the chat that we had. I know I've seen that 4 or 5 times in the last few days. Very wise, because he applied what you needed to do to be successful on the football field, and he applied it to everyday life. And Jen was telling me stories. There were players there that were telling the kids exactly that. Like, they, to this day, still follow what Coach Vess told them. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to stay in here much longer. I just wanted to possibly share in the time zone of the Atlantic time zone, just being here at 8 o'clock Pacific my time, which is midnight, just to ring in February 1st. But it's so early for me. That's why this 4-hour time difference can be good and it could be bad. There was one other thing I was going to talk about, but I think I'm going to save that. Till I haven't really been on a regular schedule for doing MattTv, which is fine. January was just an unbelievable beginning to any year, really. And I don't know, I just want to, one final thing, just numbers. I just want to clarify, and I talked about this on Saturday or Sunday in one of my shows. When I turned 45 last Thursday, when I turned 45, multiply that by 365, it worked out to 16,425. That's the number of days that I've been on this planet when I turned 45. And I was telling Mom and Dad, and I know I mentioned it, but I just want to keep it a little more concise. That same number showed up Saturday night as the attendance at the rugby game. 16,425. So I need to buy a lottery ticket. That's what I need. I need to buy a lottery ticket. So congratulations to Heather Kidney on winning the what I know will be a great piece of artwork that you can hang in your home. And if it's not the first, it'll probably be the first of many. Probably. I guarantee. But congratulations, and good on Jeff for, sometimes you gotta get out of your comfort zone. But he does videos all the time. Like, there will be a video someday, probably this summer, where he'll have a GoPro. He'll have a GoPro on the bottom of his feet. And you'd be like, well, why would he have a GoPro on the bottom of his feet? Well, because his feet will be sticking up, because he'll be hanging on to a skateboard, cruising down a stretch of asphalt somewhere. That's money in the bank. That'll probably happen. That will probably happen. Anyway, I was just in here messing around. Have a great, I hope January was okay for you. I hope it was okay. Yeah, everyone ups and downs, an emotional roller coaster. And I'm ending it, hello Laura, how are you? And I'm ending it with a sinus cold. I'm not sure where I picked it up. I don't know where I picked it up, but it could have been a host of places. Vancouver Island on the ferries, Science World, rugby game. Where else was it? Yeah, could have been any one of those places. Yeah, everyone is here safe and sound, and we're gonna have a little family meeting within the next couple days, and just sit down and figure out what we're going to do as a family. What's our next plan? The biggest factor in any decisions that we make is the fact that Kai is in school. She's in school, grade 10, and she has she's got her network of friends. So we'll see what happens. I'm optimistic. I'm actually really, really optimistic about the rest of 2018. You know, some bumps in the road, some very sad bumps in the road, but I'm not going to dwell on that. I'm just glad Jen is home. The family unit is now intact once again, and I just love it. I love it so much. Okay, I'm going to bounce out of here. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night wherever you are. No, not moving. I don't know. Not in the foreseeable future. But I think a move for us, for me anyway, a move for us is out of province move. So we'll see. That's just one of the things we have to sit down and talk about. We have a lot of options. We have as many options as we want. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll have a little family meeting. Nova Scotia. The only place that I would even think about moving back to would be Nova Scotia. Oh. I don't like being ill. Ugh. But that's okay. Anyway, I'm just in here rambling now. It's so comfortable in here. I got my dartboard set up and I'm just sitting on my couch. It's warm. You know, I'm looking at my Hockey Canada mat. I got hornet's nest in here, and it's awesome. This is my man cave. I love it. I love coming in here and hanging out. And if I can just turn the phone on and talk with people, friends of mine, family, from wherever you are, at any given moment that you're sitting in front of a device and it lets you know that I'm on and you come in and say hi, that's cool, man. That's all right. Yeah, definitely the Atlantic provinces. Nova Scotia, it's got to be one ocean or the other. But I love the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is, for me, it's just a very, very powerful, dangerous, mysterious body of water. I'm just so proud to be from the Maritimes. Like, I'm just an extremely proud Canadian, but I'll never not want to tell people that I'm from the Maritimes. We were talking about Maritimers with someone the other day. Oh, it was my friend Nick. My friend Nick we're trying to do this interview for his podcast or his radio program. And he just wanted to know about the people back east. And I said, the people back east are the most polite people you'll ever meet. I always tell people, I'm always sending people back to the Maritimes. Go to the Maritimes, man. Go to Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, PEI, New Brunswick, the Miramichi. There's so much history there. St. John. So it's all good. Yeah, it would be nice to be closer to family. But there's just so much going on in the world. Like, we're not going to do anything that's going to separate the three of us. Like, it all has to be, everyone's in or it doesn't happen. So any move for us, we're talking 2 years maybe. I don't know. Nobody knows. We don't even know what tomorrow's going to bring, right? Hello, Shirley. How are you? We don't even know what tomorrow's going to bring. But just manifest it. Manifest what you want to happen. Okay. 8 minutes to midnight. This is the last few moments of January. I thought January went by pretty fast. A lot happened in January, but I thought it went by pretty fast. I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited about February. February, quick spelling. All right. I just wanted to come in and, like I said, I'm just here in my garage, the old MattTv studio. It's just so comfortable in here. Our cat Honey hangs out in here a lot. Arthur, how are you, my friend? Yeah, but even Ontario. Even Ontario is another place we would consider moving. Like Hamilton. Jen was mentioning Hamilton quite a bit tonight. So I don't know. We have options. Everyone's got options. Growing this beard out, continuing to grow this beard out, that is an option. The flag right now is with Simon McGuinness in Conception Bay, South Newfoundland. And he'll be putting that in the mail this week. So I'm hoping by the week of the 12th, sometime within the next couple of weeks, the Canadian flag will be back here. We'll be back out here. Oh yeah, well, yeah. Everyone's going to have a different opinion. When you look at it from the weather, I can see why you'd want January to be over. The Atlantic provinces, the weather you had back there was just ridiculous. Here, we've had a lot of rain in the month of January. We had rain in December, which is so nice. I'll take 3 weeks of overcast and light drizzle or rain over 2 days of snow that is going to stay around for any length of time. No. They don't do snow out here. They don't do it well. There's 6 minutes left, and there's a couple of things. I don't know how many times in a program I try and walk away from the program, say, okay, I'm going to go. And then I see, oh, so-and-so's in here, and then you have a conversation with someone, and then you're like, well, maybe I'll just stay. Golf and motorcycle. All right. Golf. I'm more of a driving range type of individual, but I would like to play a round of golf just for the hand-eye coordination, which is why I play darts now. It's all hand-eye coordination. Motorcycle, yeah, I don't know. It takes a special person. I like being inside of a vehicle. I've never ridden a motorcycle. One of the last times I was on a motorcycle, it was my cousin Toby's Kawasaki 15,000 XZ or something crazy. I just know I put it in a tree. I put his bike in a tree. I can't even kid you about that. I want to be here for the strike of midnight in the Atlantic provinces because I just want to be here when it turns February 1st on the Atlantic side of this beautiful country. So I'm actually doing some work here. Come to Ontario, we're going around. You'd have to be vetted as a motorcyclist. I'd have to know your history. Have you ever been in an accident? I don't know. Motorcycles sketch me out. I don't know why. I don't know. Plus, did you just hear? I put one in a tree. I put a bike in a tree. I know I'm not going to be driving the bike, but anyway, so I'm actually working on the next, not the next chapter, but I'm working on the next book of my life at 45. Seriously focusing on voiceovers. So there's this website that you can go to, and I can send you the link, and there's like 5,400 different scripts. And two of the sections are broken down into commercial and narration. And I believe, out of all the ones there, that there are 26 different categories that I feel are in my wheelhouse. And what I mean by that is just scripts in my comfort zone where I don't have to, I'm not doing an animation. I'm just being me. I'm just speaking as I'm speaking right now, minus the sinus cold. If I had a quarter for every time someone told me that I had an announcer voice, that'd be great. That would be so awesome. I probably could have bought stepladder or something. I don't know. That doesn't even make any sense. But I get that a lot. So some of the things that I think are in my wheelhouse are, and some of the things I'm going to target the next time I get into a booth, because that's the goal right now. As we are 6:58. So before I get sidetracked, when it strikes midnight, just give me some thumbs. Just give me some thumbs at the strike of midnight in the Woodstock area or on the Atlantic side of Canada, and we'll ring in February 1st together here. There's just over 1 minute. So in the commercial section, here's some of the things that I think are in my wheelhouse, and this is what I'm going to be working on since I'm unemployed, but that's okay. Commercial, before we get into February 1st. This is how I'm going to end my January 31st, my January 2018, working on this stuff. Food and beverage, imaging, promos and trailers, PSAs, travel and entertainment. In the narration section, I'm going to work on biographies, corporate videos, documentaries, inspirational and relaxation, nonprofit, telephones, and travel logs. So I'm going to be busy. That's 26 right there. So I'm pretty excited. Just let me pull up the clock. We got 15 seconds left. So for those in the New Brunswick area, anyone on in the Atlantic time zone, I hope you had a great January 2018, because you are just 5 seconds away from bumping into February 1st, 2018. Boom. Happy February 1st. Happy February 1st, everyone in the Woodstock area. Yeah. Woo. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that people are still up, Still up at midnight. I don't know, maybe people were going to be up anyway. Maybe people were just going to be up. Because that's one of the things I do. I remember when I turned 40, which was like 5 years ago, I was sitting in the kitchen. Looking at the camera on my laptop and videotaping the moment that I turned 40. And you can see that up on my YouTube page. I didn't mean to give that a plug there, but that was cool. That was so cool just to have that moment recorded. You're going into a new decade of your life. And it was just so cool to record that. Okay, just let me close this window here as we continue on. Okay, I came on at 7:30. I really wanted to see if I could stretch this out for 30 minutes, and I did. So just to recap, and if you want, I was going to say you could fast forward to the end, but you're already at the end, so that's not going to make any sense at all. But really, in a recap, this is what I talked about. NDP government in Alberta and BC, they're fighting each other. It's awesome. Golden State Warriors, are they predicted to win the NBA championship this year? Some really cool stuff brought back from Toronto from Mr. Robert Vespasiani. So awesome. Jen is home. All the kids are back. So Jen is back here on the West Coast. Bell, Let's Talk Day. I hope you had the opportunity to reach out and talk to one of your friends, maybe someone you haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe you had to mend some fences. I don't know. Hopefully you were part of that. Good on Bell. Congratulations to Heather Kidney on winning the piece of art for my brother Jeff. Good on Jeff for putting that together. And all those that went out and bought the Ageless NB book were part of the contest. Good on you. Good stuff. And looking forward to going into Vancouver tomorrow to hang out with DMFK and his roommate Gertie, who was off to Colombia. All right. Awesome stuff. Okay, that's going to do it for me. I'll come back whenever. I'm going to end this program and play some darts. My name is Matthew. This is Matt TV. Now and always, from sea to sea.